A very good day to all of you. I hope everybody is doing well, keeping safe. So, our topic for today will be types of fractions, and we are going to deal today with three types of fractions. So, let's write down what these types are and how do we understand whether what kind of fractions these are. So, the first thing that I would like to write down is a fraction, and suppose I write down. I choose the color as black. Yeah. So suppose I write down 4 out of 9. Now over here, this is called the numerator. Let me write it down. And this is called the denominator. Now, if we look at it, if the numerator is less than the denominator, that means we all know 4 is less than 9. This kind of fraction is called a proper fraction. Means over here, the numerator, I'm writing in short, numerator is less than the denominator. So if the numerator is less and the denominator is more, we call it as a proper fraction. We can give a lot of examples. We can write it down. Say if I write down 2 out of 5, or say write down 7 out of 13, or we write down 11 upon 19. See, in all these cases, the numerator is less than the denominator. So this kind of fraction is called a proper fraction. So now let's understand another fraction. So numerator. Suppose I write down 9 out of 5. Over here, 11 out of 7. Or we can write down 23 out of 9. So over here, if you look at it, all the numerators are greater than the denominator, and this kind of fraction is called improper. This kind of fractions are called improper fraction. So we just now learned proper fractions, improper fraction, and then we write down or we learn another fraction which is called a mixed fraction. Now, mixed fraction is actually converting an improper fraction, and whatever we get that fraction as a mixed fraction. We need to understand, we'll solve some examples, and then we'll understand what mixed fractions are actually. So let's take the example of 9 by 5. I write down 9 by 5. Now this is an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So what do? We simply divide it. We do a division. We simply divide it. 5 ones are 5 and 4 is the remainder. So this 1, this quotient, I'm just writing down the short form quotient. This is the remainder and this is the divisor. So the quotient, we give an equal to sign over here. We write down the quotient 1, the remainder over here, and the divisor like this. So this kind of fraction is called a mixed fraction. We learn more examples, we will do more examples and find out. So let's take another example. Say I write down 23 out of 7. We all know this is an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. And so let's divide it. We'll simply divide it, and we know 7 threes is 21. 2 is the remainder. So over here I give an equal to sign. This 3 over here, this quotient 3 comes over here as an integral part or whole number part. The 2, which is the remainder, comes here, and the 7 over here comes like this. So this is actually converting an improper fraction into a mixed fraction. So this kind of a fraction is called a mixed fraction. Why do we call this as a mixed fraction? Because there are two parts of this particular fraction. And what are those two parts? Those two parts are, this one is called the integral part or the whole number, and this is called the fractional part. 2 by 7 over here is called the fractional part. 2 by 7 is called the fractional part. Sir, you might ask that do only the improper fractions be converted into mixed? Yes, absolutely. You can't convert a proper fraction into a mixed fraction. You cannot do that because it is obviously less than 1. Any kind of a proper fraction is less than 1. So let's take another example and we'll hopefully understand what converting an improper fraction into mixed are. Let's take another example. Say, uh, let's take, let's write it down. 45 out of, say, 9. Now see, please pay attention to this. I normally divide it. We all know 9 fives are 45, and there is no remainder over here. So what do I do is I write down the whole number. But you might think, sir, you just now told the remainder needs to come over here and the denominator over here. We don't need to write it like this. No need of writing. It's simply the 5. That means 45 divided by 9 is equal to 5. We don't need to write 0 upon 9. We are not, it's not required to write 0 upon 9. So I hope converting an improper fraction into a mixed fraction is clear with you. We are going to learn how to convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Suppose I write a mixed fraction 3 7 upon 9. This is a mixed fraction. This is a mixed fraction, and we are going to convert this into an improper fraction. So what is the method? What is the way we do? We actually multiply the integral part with the denominator. That means 9 into 3 plus the numerator whole divided by 9. So this becomes 9 threes are 27 plus 7 divided by 9, which is equal to 34 by 9. So at the end, what do we write as an answer? 3 7 upon 9 is equal to 34 by. This is how we convert an improper fraction, or rather a mixed fraction, into an improper fraction. Let's take another example. Say I write down 4 11 upon 13. So as we saw in the last example, we multiply the whole number with the denominator and add the numerator whole divided by the denominator. 14 threes are 52 plus 11 divided by 13. So this becomes, my work is done. So 411 by 13 is equal to 63 by 30. One more example. Suppose I write down 5, 9 upon 11. So I give an equal to sign, whole number multiplied by the denominator plus numerator divided by the denominator. 11 fives are 55 plus 9 by 11. This becomes 55. 55 plus 9 is equal to 64 upon 11. One more example. Say if I write down 12, 4 by 5. This is a mixed fraction. So we give an equal to sign, whole number 12 multiplied by the denominator plus the numerator. This is how we work on converting a mixed fraction into an improper. 12 fives is 60 plus 4 by 5. So this becomes 64 by. This is how we do it. Simple, very easy. Just need to follow the steps. And yes, multiplication or other tables need to be learned in a proper manner, because that's where we all make some mistakes. Last example, let's take say 13 7 out of 9. So this is where we need to understand where the tables are required. We give an equal to sign, whole number multiplied by the denominator plus the numerator, whole divided by denominator. So 13 nines is 117 plus 7 divided by 9. So this becomes 124 by 9. I hope converting mixed into improper and improper into mixed, which we learned earlier, is clear. Hopefully you enjoyed the session, and now you will be able to convert the sums in a proper manner. Thank you. Have a good day. We'll meet again.
Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.